was a man honored, distinguished herself in the state, Deputy Governor of River State, King Alfred Diette-Spiff, Grand Service.
On behalf of this delegation, Your Excellency, we want to firstly appreciate you and the good people of this state for the warm welcome and the hospitality that has been accorded us since our arrival this afternoon. This delegation, of which I must say I'm the spokesperson of, since our fathers are here. This delegation comprises of their Royal Majesties and Highnesses and political leaders of Bayelsa State who have joined me today to wish you, your family, your government well, and also to convey to the good people of Rivers State the fraternal greetings and warm felicitations of the leaders and the people of Bayelsa State. Leaders and the people of Bayelsa State. Your Excellency, those of us who are here indeed are a small, very negligible representation of the millions of Bayelsans who are with us in spirit in this courtesy visit. Let me add that even though this delegation is far larger than I initially thought, when I told our leaders that I was coming here, every leader who heard wanted to be part of it. And I know that the organizing team, I flew in from Abuja, but there's always a team on ground that coordinates that. I know they had a hectic time trying to reduce the number even to what we already have. Because everybody, Your Excellency, wanted to be here. Everybody who heard wanted to be here to physically solidarize with you, your government, and indeed the good people of this great state. But we are here to bring you also the special fatherly greetings, prayers, and best wishes of our father and national leader, Pa Edwin Clark, OFR CON, as he has always done, and I will be reporting to him when I get back to Abuja about what we have come and what we have seen and what we'll be hearing. Your Excellency, this being the very first formal visit, at least speaking for myself, even though our father is holder of one of the highest titles here, I can't speak for maybe some others, but for majority of us, this is the very first time that we are in this formal way visiting you, since after your very well-deserved elections of you and your deputy and the various victories that followed up to the victory at the Supreme Court and the electoral challenges, I mean. And therefore, it is proper for us also to convey our hearty congratulations to you and your deputy, Professor Ngozi Odo, on your election and various electoral court victories. We must say that we thank God, and most of us thanked God, from whom all powers flow, when God designed and orchestrated your emergence as governor and deputy governor at this time in the life of Rivers State. We must also thank the good people of Rivers State for their trust and confidence, they have continued to repose in you, and for the love and support that they have shown to your government so far. You can see it from afar. While acknowledging that power comes from above and God gives it to whoever he pleases, at any time he pleases, it's also appropriate at this point to acknowledge and specially thank the human instruments that God used in supporting you and your deputy and our party into office in Rivers State at the time it did, especially the person of your predecessor and my brother, the current Minister of FCT in the government of the Federation. As you all know, Rivers and Bayelsa states are inseparably intertwined historically, culturally, economically, and even politically till date. Some say that these two states are Siamese twins. Others say that these two states are identical twins. But what we know is that this great river state nurtured and gave birth to Bayelsa State through the benevolence of the then head of state, General Sani Abacha, now of blessed memory. And with the concerted patriotic efforts of leaders of the old river state, meaning old Bayelsa and Rivers. That historic and cultural umbilical cord remains sacred and should not be broken. Whatever affects one state invariably and inexorably affects the other. It is that interconnectedness that makes it difficult sometimes to know when you are leaving Bayelsa or Rivers and when you are entering Rivers or Bayelsa, whichever way you are going from or entering. The creation of Bayelsa State out of old River State was not and should not be made to see as if it's a severance of the relationship between our people. It is not a wall of Jericho, of division, hatred, and acrimony between our people. But it's a move which, well utilized, will accelerate our development and national stake. As you all know, leaders from the present Bayelsa State, working with their brothers and sisters in the old Eastern region, from the form fought for the creation of this great state, and some even died fighting for that. Those who survived, some of them are here, and it's a fitting tribute to our father, the first military administrator, who is on this entourage. Our fathers, our forebears, our leaders worked together with people like him, working together to lay the foundations of this great state, a foundation upon which every successive leader and administration has built upon up until now. Most of the leaders here, all of us in Bayelsa, there's hardly anybody you can find in Bayelsa that did not live here or did not work here or was not nurtured here. But most of our people, their families, relations, are still living and doing businesses in this great state under your leadership, Your Excellency. And so to us in Bayelsa, this state is also our own. We're all part of River State. And you are our governor too. In trying to resolve some of the historical, some issues or legacy contentions and issues between our two states, which some of them were completely unnecessary and avoidable, and others blown out of proportion. Rivers and Bayelsa states cannot and should not bicker or have a bitter and toxic relationship. And their leaders must always work together to resolve any issues arising from our interconnectedness amicably. We urge you and your brother governor of Bayelsa to continue to work and resolve all these issues for the benefit of our people in a just, brotherly, and rational way, devoid of divisiveness and rancor. Our two states should work together to drive security, integration, stability, and development within the South-South region, and collectively working together to advance our mutual interests in the Nigerian Federation, politically and economically. Where you, our governors, have challenges, you have enough pool of experienced and respected leaders and fathers in both states who can be called upon for advice, support, and guidance. But you did well, you and your governor, you and your government, for that initiative, which I believe you both are working on. Your Excellency, of recent, there has been some disturbing political developments in this great state, which, if not stopped, may destroy or affect the hard work and the foundations that all our leaders and fathers of this great state have laid in terms of building a stable, secure, and prosperous River State. River State, over the years, since its creation, has not only become an oil and gas capital of our region and entire country, it has also, with its size, population, leadership pool, resources, the age of the state itself, the quality of statesmen and leaders, the public servants available, the business leaders, the eminent professionals, a supportive and vibrant citizenry. With all of this, River State has become one of the most respectable and leading states in the Committee of States in Nigeria. This is to the credit of everybody in River State, including all of us in Bayelsa. We are proud of that, and we are envious of that legacy of stability, of peace, and of development. Your Excellency, we may add that this is not the handwork of any one person or one government in particular, but it's an aggregation of the contributions of all the leaders who have served in this great state, and of all citizens who have done their best over the last 57 years since the creation of this state in 1967. You in River State sometimes take your peace and stability and the infrastructure, the advanced development, for granted. Airports, seaports, military facilities, all companies here, virtually everybody in Nigeria who has a stake in development of River State. And it's very easy to take all of these for granted. This is something that younger states like Bayelsa and others are toiling to put in place. And I know what, even in a recession, my government did for 8 years. And your brother governor is building on it from where I stopped. Just like what you are doing, building on what you inherited to consolidate development. From a strategic point of view, River State in the Nigerian context is and should be to the South-South, to all of us, what Lagos State is to Nigeria and the Southwest. This is only possible, Your Excellency, with security and stable leadership and the support of the citizenry in the state. The political events in the last few months have threatened, like I said, to wipe away the gains. And this must be halted, and sacrifices must be made in that regard. This delegation, in that context, would like to thank and appreciate the interventions of Mr. President. And we thank him for his intervention and efforts to bring about stability and to support the existing development and the ongoing efforts at development and accelerated prosperity. We also appreciate the efforts of all leaders and fathers who have individually and collectively tried to resolve the political issues in the state, privately and publicly, some of them in ways we do not even know. We thank them because that's the right thing to do. We want to thank the people of this state for keeping to their true nature as very peaceful people. This development, even lesser developments in other states, could have set a whole state on fire. But with your calm demeanor and your purposeful leadership, and with the support of the citizenry, and with the restraint that both you and your predecessor have shown, this state, even as we witness today, continues to be peaceful. And we pray it should be so forever. Your Excellency will agree that no true brother or even a good neighbor can stay unconcerned when the house of a brother or a neighbor is on fire or has issues. Even if there is a flame, small flame, a neighbor or a good brother should be concerned. We have come here as your brothers and as good neighbors also, but also in our right as Rivers people ourselves, because this state is our mother state. And we are here to show support and solidarity with you, your government, and most importantly, solidarize with the good people of this state. We have also come with a message, Your Excellency, of peace and reconciliation, of forgiveness, unity, mutual respect, political maturity, and tolerance by all. And it is on this note that we would like to call on all leaders to continue to support the governor, to succeed in his assignment as governor by providing good leadership to the entire people of the state. We also want to ask everyone to continue to support the minister to succeed in his federal assignment, an assignment he has been given as a minister of the Federation in Abuja. This is not the time for leaders in this state or others to engage in blame games, name-calling, acrimony, and taking sides. We know that there is the temptation or tendency to exploit the current situation. This is a time for all people in Rivers State, and leaders especially, to unite behind the governor for peace and to work towards resolution of all issues. And we thank all those who have been intervening, and we urge them not to stop. And if at any time the support and the intervention or advice of anybody in Bayelsa is needed, please feel free to call on us, and we'll be part of the resolution. We'll be part of the solution, and not to be part of the problem. It's on this note, Your Excellency, all the fathers and the leaders here representing the millions back at home and across the world are here, joining us in solidarity with you and the government. And we commend your people-oriented developmental programs and projects, some of which we see and read about. I will urge you to keep that focus. Focus on investing in people. Focus on uniting the state. Focus on building bridges of understanding. Focus on what you are doing, showing tolerance and restraint. Because power without restraint is one of the most dangerous things. But you have restraint. Continue to show that. And as you do so, we believe that with the prayers of everyone else, it will be well with you and it will be well with this great state. May God continue to bless you, your family, your government. May God bless the great people of Rivers State. And may God continue to bless our two states and our people. In Jesus' name. Thank you for